Our movie starts at the same time as World War II with a boy named Angus who loves the sea but is afraid to go near it.
Yeah, who imagines if we went
Mia
down...
is going to drown and no one can save her, but she loves collecting seashells like she used to do with her dad back in the day, and they save her. So it's a big light rock and he decides to keep it. He tells his mom its name is Anna so they can return home together. He went to the house storage to put the arrow and the big rock. He started examining the rock and noticed it was scratched, had an odd color, and a sticky substance that looked like egg yolk. He rushed quickly. The rock moved a little afterwards. Night came and the wind was so strong that it opened the storage door and scattered the storage items. He found that the beginning had fallen to the ground and was cut. He starts sensing movement around and expecting things, and he keeps walking, following the sound and the things that remain, until he finds a strange little creature hiding from him. Angus tries to reach out to it, but the creature is so scared that it tries to bite him. Angus runs to the kitchen. A knife and potatoes so he can give them to the creature. It might eat them and starts eating. He lets it touch him without counting, but he noticed that the creature had a wound on its back, and he runs to get a first aid kit to treat this creature. And he stays in the warehouse and comes back late, so his mom doesn't notice he was delayed there. Another day comes, and they wake up to the sound of an army battalion at their doorstep with Captain Thomas knocking and telling them the squad will remain in their garden as ordered by the command center indefinitely. But the only game they're inside the house. He goes to his father's study and takes what he needs. He goes to the storage to check on the creature and finds it. While eating his father's shoe, he realizes he's hungry, goes to the kitchen, grabs the basket with leftovers, and feeds the creature. He then decides to name it. The name of your favorite book's author, his father. And he opens the Ganja's dictionary to find out what kind of Crusoe it is. But he doesn't reach any specific type, and after Crusoe finishes eating, Angus tries to touch his skin, but finds it very dry and in need of water. He puts water in the basket on Crusoe. He sees that it has become joyful and is enjoying the violent nature, and he starts to feel that he cares about it. He even plays with it. One day his mother is looking for him. She wants to tell him something important. Louis and I are opposite, working on the new house. She asks him to start cleaning the warehouse because she suspects there's an animal living there. Supposedly, it's forbidden to keep animals at home. Louis starts cleaning the storeroom and sees something filthy. He throws out the water that had Crusoe in it, but he won't be in the water and asks Angus about what he's doing in his dad's warehouse. Allison cleans it based on his mother's instructions, and Angela searches everywhere for Caruso until night. And Beacon Crusoe has grown big and is now inside Ambas's house with the dog from the battalion's chef named CD chasing him. But the dog is tied to the stove and makes a mess in the kitchen by pulling the rope hard as it runs after Crusoe. He messes up the kitchen, and Strump has to lock the dog in the storage room to keep it from ruining anything until I finish. He hears his sister screaming, rushes out of the bathroom and understands that he rushes to his sister before she tells anyone and explains everything to her, showing her that Cruz isn't a modern guy, but he's surprised at how he's grown up so fast. That's speed. And with his timing, Christy won't say anything. Then I go again another day to give you. Lois thanks her and says that her husband won't return. She explains that he drowned with this ship last year and their son still doesn't know about his death yet. And she tells him that the bathroom needs fixing, and he goes up to fix it and make it better, and they try to sleep to stop the noise from waking him. He enters and they can't stop him. He sees Crusoe, and once he calms down, he tells them that he resembles a seahorse and that he is a rare mythical creature barely anyone has seen. The legends say to remember and forget in the same language. Bebe dies after laying an egg, and they all take a long time in the bathroom until I go look for them, and they beg Louis to hide it from their mom, and he agrees. And they tell their mom that they help Louis fix my baby, thank God. And Nomi can tell you, Rose, they don't get caught in front of their mom. While the army is making a mess in the house, Angus comes out of the bathroom, forgets the door open behind him, and Cruz follows and chases the dog around the house. And the dog starts breaking everything around to reach Corozo. He goes down to the ground floor, near the yellow box, where the battalion officers are gathered. As he enters, Crusoe runs under the box. The dog runs on top of the box and shakes the floor. Cruz leaves the house and runs away with the dog. He cleans out the fountain that's full of fish and keeps eating them until the sun rises. He finds the fish has gotten bigger since last time and throws up. They put it in a cart and take it to the nearest lake. They release him because hiding him in this house is impossible, and after Angus comes back home, they lose him again. Because his mother asked Captain Thomas to train them with the army, so he can be kept busy. Now, Angus remains engaged in the training and cannot go to see Crusoe, who keeps waiting for him. On the yellow cover on the dog running above the cover and licking the fish, and Cruz comes out of the house and runs away from the dog. So the full fish tank tips over and he keeps eating until sunrise, realizing he has grown in size since the last time. They put him in a cart and take him to their leader, because hiding it at home became impossible after Anjas returns home at night. His mother said Vesu Rabam Pasam and Kabosa. Whoever asked Captain Thomas to train with the army and the battalion to keep Angus busy so he wouldn't have time to get involved in anything else.
Cruz keeps waiting until Angus can escape from Thomas, and he goes to the lake with Crusoe and waits for him, not appearing until Angus takes the boat and leaves. In the middle of the lake, he finds with Silfan airport. He finds Crusoe behind him, and he's very big and bulky from all the food he's eaten in the lake. Crusoe wants to play with him like before. Angus rides on his back and walks with him. Angus, terrified of water, gradually adapts and begins to enjoy sitting on Crusoe's back until Angus realizes the lake is enclosed by a large net from above. Now, after they finish playing, Cruz returns to the shore before he drops the cherry on the ground. When he takes a short break in the water, that's the see the idea for and comes back to tell the story. And then another day passes, another day passes, and Captain Thomas takes them all to show them the army's work on the hill. And the battalion's plan is to hit the Germans if they get close to the area by the sea. They'll show them the power of the cannons and do a live fire test with missiles on the lake that's infested with corona. Yanan is going crazy. He doesn't know they sunk in the lake. He's trying to stop them, but he fails. The missiles are too close, and Angie is tracking them. She holds him at home, and there will be one of the city's residents who will water the dry cruise once more. The committee is at the lake with the photographer waiting for the woman's appearance. But they fail to capture her. He ends up faking the photo because he's running around the streets. The photo spreads in the newspapers, and Hesranko sees it and confirms to colleague Ocker that if they saw him, he would lead. Walker and Strongstone decide to cooperate to become famous as master slayers, while Angus tries to escape from them because he goes to face things on the cruise again after what happened to him. Lewis and they reach the edge of the town in a lake, and the youngest Indian spends his time there. Until Cruz comes out and tries to attack them, but Louis saves them, and they explain to Louis that after what happened, Cruz became a cold-blooded animal and attacks anyone because he thinks that about his rival. He still thinks he lost his friend and comes back, but he hears Strong's dog's back and knows someone is looking for cover so they can sell it. And Ando Sasso Lodes and the funnels so work on the cat, and indeed Booker and Strong are looking for Cruz until they attack him and inform the center that they are under attack in the lake and need all the missiles to be trained on it to rescue them. But the boat they're on is going to capsize near the shore. Crusoe hacks the tank after the shore worker runs away in fear. But Angus tries to stop him from eating and stays in the water until he drowns. Then he throws the Crusoe tank away and dives in to rescue Angus from being eaten. And Louis can sense it. Thomas and I come, and we see the seahorse in front of us, and she makes sure that her son is not lying or imagining things, but suddenly the country gets bombed. The air, they see the confusing based on the boat report before it dawns. Angus tries to help Cruz escape by guiding him on how to navigate out of the lake and away from the dangerous zone, especially since the weather is stormy and rainy. The Thomas can't cancel the orders via the recorders. The soldiers are informed that they see something that looks like a submarine, and they think it's a German submarine coming to attack them, but it's actually stuck. I'll pack up there.